हेलो सर, एक बार आप रिक्वेस्ट करिए तिवारी सर को फिर से ज्वाइन करने के लिए
हाँ,
सेम लिंक पे।
मैं कर रहा
हाँ
हूँ।
जी, हाँ जी।
हेलो।
हाँ, यस सर।
कहाँ तक हुआ था, कुछ याद है?
हाँ सर, वो आपका लाइफ जो था वहां पर है सर।
ये जो केस प्रेजेंट कर रहे थे वही है ना, इंटरव्यू
हाँ
लाइफ?
हाँ हाँ। हाँ, यहाँ पर यहीं पर जी।
अच्छा।
और बैक चाहिए सर, वो पेशेंट का जो है केस
हाँ
जो दे रहे थे वहीं पे सर।
हाँ हाँ, ठीक।
ठीक है।
तो ये केस है, दिस केस है फ्रॉम हियर ओनली आई शुड स्टार्ट। ओके,
यस सर।
should I start from here?
यस सर, प्लीज सर।
Okay, so this was the case which was treated for intrauterine life with congenital problem. A 31 years old lady presented with a problematic pregnancy who was advised for abortion on medical ground. But she was not willing to undergo that because for her, this pregnancy was very, very precious. And she was married for 11 years. First problem was she had difficulty in conceiving. And then somehow she got pregnant and then she delivered a child who could not survive after birth. Then her gynecologist told her that you have to take a course of treatment and then only you should try for conceiving. She did that. She underwent a treatment with gynecologist before this pregnancy, and this was her second pregnancy. She was going for regular checkups, and as per the advice of obstetrician, after completion of 22 weeks, she was asked to go for obstetrical ultrasound, and then her doctor said that you have to go for abortion because there is congenital problem. She was warned that abortion should be done within 21 days. She was very upset because the gynecologist, the obstetrician first told that you go for a course of treatment and after that you should be all right, you should have healthy pregnancy. In spite of all the treatments and precaution, she had this problem. Hence, she was not prepared to go for abortion and wanted to continue at the pregnancy at any cost. On advice of her friend, she sought for homeopathic treatment as a last resort. This is the report, ultrasound report with which she has come. You can see that there is intrauterine pregnancy with single live fetus. Gestational age is 21 to 22 weeks. And there is uterine fibroid. Then minimal scalp edema. Pericardial effusion with a small VSD. This was the main problem. Then bilateral clubfoot deformity. So it's a combination of 3-4 things like scalp edema, then VSD, pericardial effusion, and clubfoot. So the doctor said that nothing can be done and you should go for abortion. Since he was from a distant, then you all know that we cannot treat just like that on the report. So we have taken some more details. Her marriage was consanguineous marriage. She was thin built and thermally towards hot. She had a habit of bedwetting till the age of 15 years. Desires sweet 3 marks, salty 2 marks, and also likes bitter taste 3 marks. Aversion to sour things. Likes to be alone, very irritable, feels like crying, don't like any advices or instruction while doing her work. She also suffers from migraines, headache, that is worse in hot sun. Then we have taken some family history. Her 2 sisters had stillbirths. Babies died immediately after birth. Her youngest brother is a patient of Down syndrome. Father is diabetic and mother suffers from depression. Maternal uncle is suffering from schizophrenia. See, there is a miasm existing in the family. Based on miasmatic background and congenital anomalies, she was given cifilinum 1 dose weekly. And then we asked her to go for ultrasound after 3 weeks because that was the deadline given by the doctor. She underwent USG after 21 days. And the report which came was really surprising. And you also can see that the report. You can see this. Fetal biophysical profile is within normal limits. Single live fetus with cephalic presentation. Since she was distant from distant place, she preferred to continue her antenatal care from her local obstetrician, who was very happy with the report. She was given folic acid and some iron tablets for 3 months by her obstetrician. And then she continued natriumur 200 as a constitutional medicine once in 15 days. Because if you see the pictures of her, the aggravation by sun, the bitter craving, the behavior, the mind makeup, and all physical and mental were going for constitutional natriumur. So after the congenital anomalies were all right with the miasmatic background was clear, we continued natriumur 200 as a constitutional. She was free from any headaches throughout her pregnancy. She had a slow and prolonged labor pain for which her doctor suggested to wait for 12 hours. If no result, then should go for cesarean section. Obstetrician also suggested her to seek advice from homeopathic doctor. She was advised to take Colophylum 30 over the phone, and after 24 hours of medication, that was given 1 dose every 4 hours, she had a normal labor and delivered a healthy baby. Some disturbance in the sound. Okay. Then antenatal care, how should we give with homeopathy to make the life better? Mother should be given constitutional and anti-miasmatic medicine once a month. Morning sickness, we can treat with the medicine like symphoric carpus, ipecac, sulfur, sepia, pulsatilla, as per indication. Some disturbance is coming from sorrow. Gelsemium 200 at the beginning of labor pain is a very, very important medicine. I have seen some of the cases when they are going for... Some sound is coming?
Yes, sir. Some sound is coming. Let me check, sir.
I don't know where...
Just a minute, sir.
दादाजी का इससे हंसने वाला कौन सा
All should put up their audios, I think. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir, it's okay. You can continue.
Okay. So for morning sickness, we can treat as per the indications. And I was telling Gelsemium 200 at the beginning of labor pain. This I have seen, those ladies who are just going to hospital for delivery with the labor pain started. Just give 1 dose of Gelsemium 200 when they are doing. When they are just boarding the car or the vehicle, reach the hospital, give one dose of gelflumin 200 and see most of them will have safe delivery. During delivery, we have any indicated medicine like I was telling, Falophyllum, Pulsatilla, Silicipega, Sickelcar, etc. Newborns, this we have collected from clinical experience as well as from the repertoire. Retention of meconium. Single medicine, please try to remember, Calibrom 31 dose. Any birth injury, arnica. Even mother can be given arnica for a few days. See, in our Calcutta Homeopathic Medical College, we used to conduct labors, normal labors many times, and then we used to give them as a routine arnica to the mother, and they used to be free from pain, aches, fever, infections, and all that. Try this. Infant cries while nursing, borax. Navel blood and moisture oozing from abrotinum hydrostasis calcarea. Pneumonia of children, entim-tart, ipecac, lyco, and phosphor, very good medicine, and you can easily control. Crying, chamomilla, you know, chamomilla baby cries whole day and night and sleeps only after midnight. Lycopodium cries whole day and sleeps whole night. Jalapa is just opposite to lycopodium. This lycopodium effect once I have seen. A mother was coming for the treatment to our OPD in Father Muller's, and then first day when we were taking her case, she used to go every 10 minutes, getting up and going out. Then I asked, why you are going up and going out, getting up? Because we are taking your case and then it's a disturbance for us. She said, no, my baby is there outside and the baby is crying. I said, why? You have to feed her. No. She cries whole day just like that. And whole night she will sleep. We said, okay, give her one dose. And then the baby was given one dose of lycopodium. And then we told her, take one more dose. And if she cries again, you can repeat the dose. But if she doesn't cry, don't repeat much. You know, lycopodium was so effective that next time when she came for follow-up, she was very happy all the time in the daytime. And whole night she was sleeping. So this is a boon, you know. Homeopathy is a boon system to the children and mother. It can make your life better. In any other system, to make your life better, they will make the child suffer. Give a dose of sedative. Child will sleep and you will also sleep. But that is not the treatment. And during sleep, if there are some problems, we have twitching of limbs when falling asleep, disturbed by frequent and starting chamomilla. So these are several things we can highlight. Common diseases in children. There are infections, there are cough, cold, ear infections in children. We all can treat them without bitter medicines, without antibiotics, and without making them suffer, you know. Because sometimes children can be given a strong dose of antibiotic, fever, and all this can be controlled. But few weeks they will be disturbed with their stomach, with their behavior, and with their moods. That can be avoided if you have effective homeopathy indicated medicine. Croup, diarrhea and vomiting in children, fever in children, allergies in children, behavior problems in children, all this can be treated with homeopathy. One case of intersusception, here the life would have been much worse if child was operated. You see how life was made beautifully with homeopathy. We all know what is intersusception, so I'm not going to describe much. It's only invagination of one part of intestine to another part, so that there will be obstruction, pain, and a lot of other symptoms due to the obstruction. So it is a process in which a segment of intestine invaginates into the adjoining intestinal lumen, causing bowel obstruction. Directly go to the case. 7 years old, a diagnosed case of intussusception reported with severe abdominal pain. Pain was violent, used to come and go suddenly. Patient was brought for homeopathy treatment because he was advised hospitalization for observation and if needed to undergo some surgical procedure which the parents wanted to avoid. What is the history we have to see? Pain started suddenly at 3 a.m. He was given buttermilk which relieved the pain a little, but pain continued morning. He was taken for medical checkup to nearby physician. The doctor suspected worm infestation and gave some medicine. The whole day pain continued. Every 1 hour it used to come and go, paroxysmal pain. And it continued through the night. Then he was taken to a medical college hospital. Past history reveals he had once similar pain, but that was treated for a day only. He was subjected to blood investigation and ultrasonography. The ultrasonography revealed that he had intersusception admission. Since he preferred medical treatment, he contacted us. And this is the case history sheet which was brought from the medical college. They came with the whole case sheet and they said, we don't want any treatment. You can see abdominal pain, fever, vomiting, and they had a strong doubt about appendicitis. On examination, they have found some tenderness. So they advised ultrasonography. And as per this one, they have written, as per pediatric surgery order, you have to do this and advised admission. And this is ultrasound. Ultrasound, you can see there is a intersusception. So further we took the case because, as I said earlier, these reports are not enough for us to treat a patient, but we have to take the totality, we have to take the details of physical as well as mental both. Child was very irritable with the pain. Anger used to increase the pain. The pain was better by pressure. The child was lying on abdomen or curled up in order to relieve the pain. Passing of his stool, though it was very less, relieves the pain. Hunger not reduced. He was asking for frequent food. So we have done this repertorization by reference method. First rubric we have seen irritable with the pain. You see bryonia, chamomilla, colocynth, coffea, nux vomica. Anger increases pain. You have bryonia, chamomilla, colocynth, staphylococcus. Abdominal pain, pressure ameliorates. We have colocynth and magpos. Abdominal lying down on ameliorates. We have bryonia and colocynth. Bending on double must, colocynth alone. Paroxysmal soft stool ameliorates, colocynth alone. So colocynth covers all the rubrics, plus it is present as a single medicine in some of the rubrics. It's a highly indicated. Because of prominent modalities, he was prescribed colocynth 200 every 2 hours for the pain till the pain subsides. Slowly, severity of pain subsided in next 12 hours and the pain stopped. After pain subsided, he was prescribed a deep acting remedy to complete the cure and prevent the further occurrence. So that was, the case was taken again. And what we found is, a child is thin built, liable to get digestive troubles, had problems during dentition, sweats on head and profusely, weather changes causes cold and tonsillitis, craving for roasted meat, chilies. Is a patient is chilly. Then he was prescribed calcarea phos at bedtime. Pain stopped completely since last evening. Fast, soft and semi-solid motion. Desire for food. Appetite good. Overall feels better. Slept well. Then he was advised for ultrasonography. And you can see this ultrasonography. It reveals there are no problems and he was cured. One more case, that's the last case with us. where we have helped the child to have good life with homeopathy. That is the theme today. A master, 5 years old, came for treatment of a diagnosed case of acute appendicitis, July 2019. He was treated by local measures for stomach pain initially, and then he was admitted to ICU for the pain and vomiting. When the pain, especially the vomiting, a little better, he was referred for surgery, to which parents did not agree and wanted homeopathic treatment. See, these are the children, or these are the family, you can say, who have a strong faith in homeopathy because they have seen good cures and they have been attached to our clinic since long time. So they just came with all these reports coming out from ICU and told that, doctor, this is a case, we don't want operation, you have to treat. And this report you can see, tubular hypoechoic lesion in the right iliac fossa, suggestive of acute appendicitis. So we have taken this case. Birth history, normal delivery, birth weight 3.400 kg, teething 6 months, not much trouble during teething, walking on his first birthday, talking within 2 years, hot patient, sweating mainly the forehead, moderately built towards thin, thirsty, takes water often and good quantity, was a cranky child mostly whole day till 1 year. Dryness of mouth along with pain, craving for sweet, especially peda and hot jalebi and egg. Cannot tolerate small corrections, feels I am right. Irregular food habits, irregular bowels, and often passes foul gases. Pain better by hot application, typical right lumbar pain, not better by vomiting. You must have guessed the medicine. If not, I will tell you. He was given lycopodium 0/1, one dose daily for 3 weeks, and was asked to report after 3 weeks with ultrasonography. Pain and all other complaints stopped after 1 week, reported by phone. But then he was asked to continue Lyco 0/1 on daily basis. Patient reported after 3 weeks with ultrasonography. And here you can see appendix, no problem, no sonological abnormalities detected. So this is within 3 weeks, the patient was okay. No pain, appetite good, no vomiting, no nausea, advised to discontinue the medicine. Now, I was talking about constitutional medicine, which I should highlight. First, we'll understand what is constitutional medicine so that we can make the life better with homeopathy. A medicine based on physical and mental makeup of a person. This is called constitutional. Collect all the characteristics of a person as physical, mental, and particular, including family history. That means a case has to be taken well. Make a totality of the person and then find out remedy. Now, what is the scope of constitutional medicine? It helps in promotion of health. See, this is a medicine which a healthy person also can take to keep him more healthy, to keep him better in health. What it does again, improves immunity so that he have less problems, prevents diseases, and it works like anti-aging. Now there are a lot of craze about anti-aging, antioxidants, and people are going after that. I will request all my friends in homeopathic profession, highlight the importance of constitutional medicine and give them, you will see, you will make them better, will keep them healthy, you will keep them young, and you will keep them working for longer period in the life. So make the life easy with homeopathy. Thank you very much. So this is end of the presentation. Hope everybody must have heard, though this is a time afternoon, is not very pleasant time to listen all this, but I hope people have listened, and if you make use of this, I'll be very thankful. Once again, I thank the organizers, thank Dr. Shani, Ramjee Singh, and all other people who joined with me. Thank you very much. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much, Dr. S.K. Tiwari, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much, sir, for your valuable and informative speech. Very nicely, you defined the unification of medical system to achieve the ultimate goal, that is health of the patient. And the most important thing you told, that the homeopathy not only cure the diseases, rather makes the life better. So really, sir, happen only in homeopathy. And rightly you said, sir. So thank you so much, sir. And I hope that we will get a lot more from you in future, sir. So once again, I thanks for your valuable speech, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sahani ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Light off kar do. Light.
Now I request Dr. Megha Lawar.
Thank you very much.
Our Associate Professor in Memorial Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital to give a vote of thanks. Dr. Megha, now it's over to you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Sanjiv. Every new year begins with hope and resolution to continue our journey of life with mission in our heart. We feel extremely blessed to organize a seminar every year in January to mark the birth anniversary of great visionary Dr. B.Sahani. Although this year we had to organize this event on an online platform, we are reminded of his missionary zeal and great contribution towards dynamism in homeopathy with his discovery of transmission of homeo drug energy from a distance. Dr. B.Sahani's passion for homeopathy and sincerity towards professional upgradation has become an example for all of us. As we remember the great saint healer Dr. B.Sahani and realize his teachings, following his footsteps to provide continued medical education by providing the best of professional results. Exposure and sharing different outlook presents an opportunity to make our mind more analytical and helps arriving at right decision. I sincerely thank all of you present with us for your patient listening. We extend our gratitude to Dr. Ramjee Singh sir, whose presence is enough to instill confidence. His vision and analytical power has shaped the status of homeopathy in our country. We are fortunate to have him as our patron. We constantly get inspired by him. We are thankful to Dr. K.SAHANI sir, a keen observer with firebrand heart, has ocean of knowledge. He is intellectual wizard in homeopathy, ready to serve all. This year, we are grateful to Dr. Tiwari sir, who has nicely presented his step-by-step experiences with his cases. In our state, Bihar, we are gifted with an energetic person, Dr. Kumar sir, principal of Kent Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital. He is firmly committed to the cause of homeopathy. I extend my thanks to Dr. Kumar Singh sir, Dean of Bihar University. His administrative skills are inspiration for all of us. I also extend my thanks to Dr. Ravindra Kumar, Principal Dr. R.B. Singh, Gaya Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, for his constant support to this organization. My sincere thanks to all the homeopathic colleges of Bihar who have been patron of this event ever since its inception. We are extremely grateful to the organizers of this webinar, Homeopathic Science Congress Society, DD Memorial Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, Homeopathy 360 and Jain Publisher for making this possible. Thank you, Dr. Yashika, once again for your support throughout. I thank Mr. Manish Jain, Director, Jain Publisher, for creating such a wonderful platform for homeopathic education in these difficult times of COVID. Now we end our webinar. Thank you all once again. Over to you, Dr. Sanjiv.
Thank you so much, Dr. Megha. Now I request Dr. Yashika.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would personally like to thank Dr. K.SAHANI, sir, the man behind all these webinars. He has been so dedicated always and promoting homeopathic education throughout all over the world. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. K.SAHANI, sir, and his whole team, Dr. Sanjiv, sir, Dr. Amit, sir, Dr. Megha, ma'am, Dr. Jitendra, sir, and the guest of today, our speaker of the day, Dr. S.K. Tiwari, sir, for presenting the cases so well, in spite of these technical issues in between due to some error. Thank you. We made it, and it was a wonderful webinar. After that, also many people or maximum of the people joined us back. So thank you so much, everyone. The recording of this video will be available on our YouTube channel of Homeopathy 360 within 2 to 3 days. So if you have missed in case you have missed the webinar or missed any part of the webinar, you can visit the YouTube channel and attend the same and clear your doubts. For any queries, you can mail us at webinar@homeopathy360.com regarding webinars, and you will be updated for our upcoming webinars on the website itself of Homeopathy 360, that is www.homeopathy360.com. So for anything, you can just drop a mail or you can visit the website for any things. And now I would like to thank the audience to attend the webinar and listening so patiently, and all the delegates as well as our speaker and the whole team, the organizing team, and also Mr. Manish Jain, the director of Jain Publishers, who have been working throughout this COVID pandemic time for the webinars, and the whole team of Homeopathy 360 and Jain. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, sir. K.SAHANI, sir, if you want to say something before winding up, please do.
In spite of so many disappointments, now we have come to an end. I'm happy that we are being supported by the Jain Publishers. I am thankful to Mr. Manish Jain, who is always ready to help us, support us for the cause of homeopathy. I know the entire family of Dr. Jain and but what they have contributed towards the development of the homeopathy all over the world, not only in India, but all over the world, through the literatures, and the entire homeopathy is flooded with the Jain books only. And this is credit goes to the founder, the great Saint Mr. Jain, who has created such a vast destiny where the homeopathic literature is propagating and expanding throughout the world. I'm thankful to our S.K. Tiwari sir, who hails from our neighboring state, Uttar Pradesh, but now finally Karma Bhumi at Manglore. So, but his dedications, whenever I speak to him, I think that this is a man with simple heart, whose heart is so simple, and who can have a great insight into the homeopathy. Only with the simplicity of the heart you can understand the homeopathy. This is very much proved with Mr. Dr. S.K. Tiwari sir. Sir, I am grateful to you for giving an opportunity. We are grateful also to becoming the part of Homeopathic Science Congress as by receiving the award of homeopathic, receiving this award of B. Sahani Memorial Award 2021. You have stand in our row of great personality who had been contributed to who have continuously contributed to the homeopathy, right from Anil Bhatia to Mahendra Singh, and so many stalwarts in the country. And many of them are here not, but many of them are still contributing, and we wish your life to contribute for as long as you have the God will permit. So thank you, sir, very much. I am thankful to Dr. Sanjiv ji also for making this program very wonderful. In spite of the hurdles are the part of the life, I see. And it is always the part. So we must welcome all these hurdles because we can learn only with the hurdles, only with the problems. So don't get worried with the problems, disturbance, disconnections. All these are the part of the life. And this has to happen. This has to happen. They are the part of the life. So accepting them very honestly or very happily is the requirement. So that you can learn and become a positive man forever. We keep on growing. We keep on adding. We keep on adding till the end of the life. So this is the only things that we can have. The patience, the perseverance, and the simplicity. This makes the man a perfect contributor. I have learned this from my childhood with my father. He has been a great saint to me. He has been a great healer to me. He has been a father to me. He has been an every friend and philosopher to me. I remember his very beautiful line that he quoted in his book, the summum bonum of the life. What is the summum bonum? It is something which is which you can have only with the simplicity, which you can achieve, and once you understand the goal, it becomes very important for all of us. And I hope, and homeopathy is also only towards the this spirit only, right from Hahnemann and whoever have joined homeopathy, why they have joined and departed from the mainstream and coming to the new stream. It is only because their love for the nature, their passion for the interest for getting the new wisdom of the life. So thank you all, sir, for having with us. Megha also doing her best job with her presentations, and I hope she will be doing, and she will be taking the relay, this life of the race, which has started from the earliest, from the Dr. Hahnemann, moved towards Dr.B. Sahani, with us, with Dr. Sanjiv, with Dr. Megha, Dr. Yasika. They all will take the homeopathy to the new life. I am happy, I am hopeful, I am confident the homeopathy is going in the right direction. And because it has the truth, because it has something solid into it, homeopathy will never die. It will continue growing, growing, and ever growing. So with these words, I thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So we come to the end of the day, this webinar, but there is no end always. We'll come up with another webinar soon. So stay updated with us at the website of Homeopathy 360. So thank you so much, everyone. See you all again in the next webinar. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.